Hi there, welcome to my show. My name is Eddie. You know, I've only lately gotten back into cooking and baking, so my kitchen and cooking, baking accoutrement is not really what it should be, but gosh darn it, I'll make do. Now today, I'm going to make a pumpkin cheesecake, and I'm making it pumpkin because it's the Sunday before Thanksgiving in the year of our Lord Judi Dench 2015, and I thought a pumpkin cheesecake would be appropriate. Now let's get started. Now I actually like to have a cocktail while I'm cooking, but it's a little early in the day, and you know, I don't need your judgments. I got enough of those from the voices inside my head. But I do have water, very important, and I'm having a little cup of coffee, black. It's really good. So now I'm pretty fortified. It's my second cup, or my fifth, I don't remember. Now, the first thing we're going to do with our pumpkin cheesecake is we're going to make a graham cracker crust. So, I'm going to turn the oven on, and I'm going to let that preheat to 350 degrees for 10 minutes. And because I'm precise and extremely anal retentive, I'm going to actually set my timer for 10 minutes, so bear with me. So here we go. Start. Okay, there we go. The timer is going for 10 minutes. Now I have a 9-inch springform, I think it's called, pan, where that's why it's called springform. So let me just get this back together because I've totally screwed it up already. There we go. Now we're all set. Now, we're going to butter the pan, and a friend of mine showed me this neat little trick where you actually can just take a butter wrapping with some butter on it and just rub it. Sorry, my cake pan is not fixed yet. Hold on. So, there we go. So now I've got the pan, I've got the butter, and I'm just going to lightly rub this around to get some butter onto the pan, just like this. I so appreciate this tip from CJ, my friend who lives up in San Francisco. Well, he just recently moved to the East Bay and loves it. So there we go. We have a lightly greased pan. That's all good to go. Let's put this to the side. Now, let me get a paper towel. Hang on. Here we go. Have a paper towel. Set those over there. Now, the graham cracker crust. We have in this bowl here, we have 1 cup of graham cracker crumbs and a 4th cup of granulated sugar. Now we're just going to simply add a 1/4 cup of melted butter. I have the butter here in this cup. Going to nip over here, put it in the microwave. Be right back. There we go. I've set that for 40 seconds. That should be fine. So while that's doing, it's melting in the microwave. What should we talk about? Oh, I don't know. You notice I'm wearing black because it's slimming. Not that I'm fat by any means, but you know, I am in my mid-50s, and you know, one does gain weight at that time of life. Bloating, water weight gain, too much ice cream, I don't know. So anyway, now the graham cracker crust appears to be easy. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm going to check on that butter, but so I don't want to over melt it. Can you over melt butter? I don't know. Oh, there it goes. See, timing was perfect. So here we go. Yes, the butter's nice and melted. So I am just going to add this in there, just like that. See, I've got the graham cracker crumbs, the sugar, and the melted butter. It looks yummy already. I could just eat this with a spoon and get fatter, probably. So I'm just going to find a spoon here. I think I'll use this nice wooden spoon. I just bought this the other day. So I'm going to combine these a little bit, mixing it up quite nicely, you can see. See? Looks like nice golden brown color. You know, I did not crumble graham crackers myself. You know, we live in America, so we actually have in our stores boxes of graham cracker crusts. Who knew? I didn't until I was in the store the other day and I happened to see them. I was planning on just crumbling a bunch of graham crackers, but I'm actually glad for this, though I suppose my grounding them up myself would have been made it a little more homemade, but that's fine. I'm doing enough homemade as it is. So I'm just going to pour this into the pan, right like this. Make sure I get it all in. There we go. And I'm just going to spread that out a bit, and I'm just going to press this into the bottom of the pan, because that's what I'm supposed to do. How many minutes? So I still have 5 minutes and 44 seconds before the oven is properly preheated for 10 minutes. So I'm going to go a little bit more slowly on this pressing, make sure I do it just right. Giving it that nice gentle touch, like a masseur, or is that right? A masseur? Is a masseur the guy? I don't know. Masseur, what's the other one? Masseur, I don't know. Massage person, I don't know. Lady massage person. Masseur, masseuse, that's it. Masseuse. I guess masseur maybe be the guy, because it's kind of like masseur. I don't know. Masseur? You can call me masseur if you want. So I'm pressing this down. I want to get this nice and firm. Now we're going to bake this for 7 minutes. And again, I'm going to set my timer. You knew that, didn't you? Till it gets a little brown around the edges at that 350 degrees. In 4 minutes and 43 seconds, it'll be ready to go in. So here I am pressing. It looks good so far. I don't think I ever made a homemade graham cracker crust before. I suspect back in the day when I tried to make that one cake, which by the way failed miserably, as so much did in my life in the late 70s, approaching the 80s. I suspect I most likely bought a pre-made crust, or maybe I was so stupid I didn't even use a crust. I don't know. I can't remember. I mean, it was the late 1970s. It's 2015, for God's sake. I can barely remember what I was doing 6 minutes ago. Well, I can, because I have my timer. I was doing this, but let's say 26 minutes ago. I can barely remember that. You know, I don't know, what was I doing? I don't know. Wishing I were drinking, smoking. I don't know. There we go. Look, nice and pressed, don't you think? Looks pretty good. Hands are a bit dirty. We'll just do a little of this over the sink. Okay, set this bowl aside. Okay, we're down to 2 minutes, 14 seconds, waiting for that magical 350 degrees in my oven. I have no idea how old my oven is. I know my building was built in the 1950s. The stove doesn't look like a 1950s stove. I wish it did. I love 1950s stuff, as a certain friend in the East Bay knows. Since they just bought a house that was built in the 1950s, and its kitchen had some of the original stuff, which I love, they hate, they're going to get rid of. Go figure. Ugh, go figure. Anyway, it's their loss. Hopefully it will go to a good home. Maybe to mine, who knows. But their stove is fabulous. It's pink. It's a hot, I think it's called a Hot Point. I think that was a popular brand in the 50s. Pink oven. Pink oven door. It's really funny. Not funny. It's stunning, actually. What's funny about an oven door? Not much. 1 minute and 11 seconds to go. So I'm just continuing to press this as I ramble on about stuff. It's a beautiful day here in Los Angeles. Probably in the 80s. Very sunny outside. Very warm. Earlier in the week we had some really cold nights, like in the 40s, and now that's cold. And it was really windy, which made it even colder. But then here we are back in the 80s, and it's almost Thanksgiving, in the year of our Lord Judi Dench, 2015. You know, it's Los Angeles. Christmas could be 100, who knows? But that's a month away. Okay, now we're down to 36 seconds. We're close to that magical moment when we can put our pressed graham cracker crust into the oven. See, doesn't that look lovely? Now, I'm supposed to bake it for 7 minutes until the edges are light brown. Well, the edges look pretty light brown now. I'm not sure what that means, but we'll figure it out. It'll go in for 7 minutes, just like I'm being told, because I think it's important that in the beginning of this new cooking, baking thing, that I sort of follow the recipe as it's written, and then later, as I get more experienced, I can just sort of improvise. And 7 minutes, maybe 5, 7 minutes, maybe 9. I don't know. It could be, I don't know, but I'll get there. I'll sort of figure out my own rules as I go along. That's part of the fun, isn't it? Part of the fun. Okay, here we go. Now, okay, we're done. Time for the crust going into the oven. There we go. There we go. Now, okay, let me turn off my timer here. And I'm going to reset that for 7 minutes. Now we're going to move on to the cheesecake.